Hi everybody, welcome to this episode today of Leather Crafting Lifestyle. I'm your host, Thomas Bradley. So today we're going to be making a few things using leather, of course. My leather that I'm going to be using is vegetable tan leather. So vegetable tan leather, of course, I love it the most. It's what basically has been used for thousands of years, maybe longer. It's just really easy to make, but at the same time, it's easy because you're using a natural product like tree bark or any other vegetation. So, there's all sorts of different kinds of leather, but vegetable tan leather has the best outcome. This here is actually conditioned vegetable tan leather. And so I'm using solid brass hardware to do this. Here, let me move here we go. So I'm using solid brass hardware to do this. You see, it just gives me a better product, you know, long term. So I've made two straps for this tool bag that I'm making, but I've realized that I need to make two more because the straps are going to ride more towards the middle of this bag, 7 inches in, or how far in, but I need it to support the outside weight as well. I just want it to be very solid and strong. And I mean, if I have to build this thing like a tank, I'm going to. So right now I have the camera set up overhead. I actually had my niece help me to do that. And so I'm really grateful, to her, and also just that this camera is freedom. I'm really happy. Also, another thing, I no longer will own this material. So at some point soon, um, I want to stop giving away my content, to so for you, what this can relate to you for is if you produce like beautiful art or pictures, you take pictures of like flowers and butterflies, of things, things in your life that you experience every day. You might think that you're getting value from it, but the only value you're getting is like recognition for that photograph that you took or whatever you posted, something you wrote, but you no longer own it. You give it to them and you don't receive like anything for it, basically. If you are monetized, you're getting like nothing. But here's the thing, Web3 is what's next. The reason why you want to be in Web3 and I want to be in Web3 is because you're going from reading and writing only to now owning. So you like to own things. You hate to pay, you hate to be locked out, you hate to the terms to change, right? So Web3 is you read, you write, and then you own. So instead of some corporation or some database owning your things, you can't actually gain anything from it. You go to Web3, from Web2, you go to Web3. And from there, real value is built, okay? Um, so I'm going to be doing Web3 things like, live streaming and different things from that platform, just to give you an understanding of what the value that you can get back is. In 2022, I heard this. In 2022, um, Web3 generated 26 billion. Okay. Now these numbers that you should verify them yourself, of course. Like, I mean, I should verify them before I tell you this, but I'm keeping myself safe by saying I've heard because, I could be saying hoopla. I could be saying anything, but so we're just going to use this as an example. I heard this from, his name is Yat, Y-A-T. He's a billionaire in the Web3 space. he was saying that in 2022, I think he was saying 2022, that Web3 generated 26 billion. Okay. He said, and then he said, try to guess how much percentage of that went to the creators. He said 90%. So 90% of 26 billion. And then I think he compared it to Spotify. They only paid out like 7 billion or something. Or I'm not exactly sure, what the real numbers are, but this just gives you an idea of an understanding of what Web3 can offer you and me. So, um, I'm also just trying to get people familiar with it. It can benefit me. Also, it can benefit you for sure. Because instead of being on Instagram and, Facebook only, and you could be part of a community that actually builds value for itself. And like, okay, so like I bought a BMW some time ago. Um, and owning the BMW, I'm sure you own like something, you have something that you're like really proud of, you know? I'm really grateful to own that car. God blessed me for sure. God blessed me for sure with that car. I was needing a car, and I was just trusting him, waiting. Cars would come and I would just feel like, no, I shouldn't get that one. And I waited, and then I finally got that car. So having that car allows me now to like drive by someone, park my car who's also an owner of a BMW, and we have a connection. It's like it's a community. Like if you're a Jeep owner, you wave to other Jeep owners, or if you're a Miata owner, or used to own a Miata, you wave to other Miatas because that's the community that you're now part of. If you own a special bag or whatever, you see another person with that special bag, and no one else has those bags except you and that other, and anyone else in that community. So Web3, if you just join, welcome. Web3 is where you read, write, and own. And now you're part of that special community. It's like owning a Jeep or owning a BMW or owning a special bag or whatever, or being like a Nike fan or a Champion fan or whatever. So, um, all that to say, I'm looking into moving to Web3, so my live streams and such will be on there, and it'll be really easy to get in. I'm going to be making a way to get in that will be, you know, actually build royalties. Like if you end up buying a certain amount of these admissions, you can buy one, whatever. But if you buy more, they have royalties that are associated with selling them. So like if you sold them, it would compound, and that's like a whole nother thing. I'm learning about it, but yeah, Web 2 is Instagram, like regular internet that we utilize nowadays. You don't retain any of the value at all. You put stuff on there and you give it to a corporation, and now ta-da, they're rich and you're not, unfortunately. But Web 3, you generate wealth. You literally own the content that you created instead of some rich person owning your content. So that's why I'm going to Web3. But I'm thinking about posting still on Twitch and YouTube. I don't really want to, because I'm in the camp of not wanting to continue furthering the the rulers of the world, whoever that may be. So I might still continue though to post on YouTube and Twitch so I can gain recognition and like, but at the same time, I think I'd rather gain it in the Web3 community. And so, I mean, I'm telling you now. So like, and then if I make any more live streams and post them to YouTube or to Twitch or I don't think they get stored on Twitch, then I'll tell them there as well. But okay, everybody. So now that that's aside, we're 11 minutes, 11 and a half minutes in. So this is the bag, of course, that I'm working on. It's a tool bag. It's very, very hefty. It's actually not too heavy right now, but it's solid leather. Here's this. It's very thick, thick leather. And the bottom is the rough side. It just makes it so it's much like tougher, because I'm gonna throw this bad boy on a roof. I'm gonna put it up on the roof, have it full of tools. I made these two straps, solid brass and then natural vegetable tan leather, just really high quality. I made these, but I realize I need to make two more of them because they're gonna go in the middle of the bag here. I want to avoid the building because I spent a lot of time painting this thing, this cathedral on here, painting it, and then of course on the other side I want to avoid this beautiful patch that I made that explains what the bag is. So I'm going to work around, oh, excuse me, I'm going to work here, here, and then on the other side, here and here. So I'm going to have 4 straps. So what I need to do is put this to the side. This is also going to, this is just gonna, it's gonna make the bag stronger for sure. Like holding the weight. I realize now these are strong. It's not super thick. It's 8-ounce leather, so it's 3 to 4 ounces, and I doubled it up, so it's 8 ounces of leather. Now they are strong to a degree. Like if I don't really want to stretch them yet because I want the bag to naturally form, but like you get the idea. I can pull it and it has a certain strength, but it's only so strong. And what I'm going to hold in this bag is I'm going to hold an impact gun for bolts and stuff. Like it's basically like a screwdriver, except it has a driver that screws hexagonal shaped bolts into hex head bolts into a rooftop. And then also I'm gonna hold a screwdriver, or sorry, a drill. Of course, I'm gonna have screwdrivers in the bag too, but I'm gonna hold a drill, an impact, all of the bits, all of the little things, and then batteries, of course, probably like 2 extra batteries per thing, per impact and drill. Also, I'm gonna have my little tool belt. It's just like it's basically just this cloth tool pouch that has all my like pliers, side cutters, anything and everything. And so I'm gonna put that into the bag, and then as well, whenever you climb up on a roof to install solar, you you go up there prepared. So you bring all of your equipment that you're going to need, like all your racking, your conduit piping, anything. So what I need to do is okay, little by little, let's start let's make more straps right now. So I'm going to start my timer now. You're a witness. I like to record how long this actually takes. I think that it's good. So these in total are 30 and a half. So 30 and a half, but the other side of the strap is a little bit longer. write it here. 30 point, oops. 30.5, and this side is, let's see, how do we do this? It's a really long tape measure. Standard length. Oh my gosh. Bear with me. Okay, hold on. Hold your horses. Just kidding. All right. And then this is, let's just say 35 and a half. Okay, cool. Let's round up. 31 and 36. 31. Okay, cool. Okay, 31 and 36. So now we shall roll this up. I should use like a drill to speed the process up of making this. But so this hide here, it's a whole side, and I bought it so that I could make two different bags from it. Now the only thing is I'm using it for this one bag mainly. So I could, yeah, I think I'm just gonna continue to use this hide and pick up another one for the for the other bag. Um, it would be nice to not have to do that, but this bag is turning out to be a tank. Oh, dang it. I need this after all. So it's quite big, as you can see. It's not as long as it once was. Um, so maybe what I'll do is, I think what I'll do is I'll make these the outside straps of the bag, and then I'll just make the inner straps a little shorter. No, that might not be it. I think I should make them the same. Okay, actually, I'm gonna send it. I'm just gonna make some straps, and they're gonna be I don't like, I don't know. I should get more comfortable with thinking this through on the live streams. So I normally kind of like wait until I have the plan before I start filming. I mean, sometimes, okay, look, sometimes God calls us to just start moving, just do. So I might just, let's see, should I do this? Well, I'm actually running, so this gets thinner, this piece. So it actually narrows on both, almost on both sides. This other side, it's slightly tapering down as well. So in reality, what I would get with this, yeah, I would only get like, that's not gonna work. So I'm looking at the structure of this hide here. Um, with a hide, sometimes you have like little imperfections like that. But most of all, what I'm paying attention to is I'm looking at this spot mainly right now. See how it's darker? It also is wrinkly. That's good for a different purpose. This has a specific stretch to it that you don't get with another area of the hide. So you can use this spot for something like a strap that is going to be undone every day. At least that's what Russell Moccasin does. I have a pair of their boots, and they use a strap to close it. And I kind of thought, like, why do they use such a stretchy piece of leather for that strap? But I've realized after using it every day for like over a year, I've realized that now the value it has, it stretches and it goes back to shape. So for this though, I don't necessarily want it to be that stretchy because it's gonna be like whenever you make a belt, you want to make it with the back strap of the cow, because it where it bears a lot of weight and it doesn't really deform over time. So so what I'm looking at for this is if I use the lengthwise, it's going to have a different stretch style, different properties than if I went this way. And the reason why that's important to note for this is because these straps I made under here, I made them using it this way. So if I want to use this, I'm going to have to use, if I want to use this hide, I'm going to have to use this part. So I have it set, I have this strap cutter. I have it set to 4 inches right now, which that's perfect actually. I just have to make sure that I cut this perfectly. with the strap cutter. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that actually. So stay right here and I'll be right back in a couple of minutes. Hey everybody. So, actually instead of cutting it with the strap cutter, I'm not that good with it. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw it out by hand. So basically what you do is you measure it, you measure it, man, I'm just not feeling right about it for some reason. I have like a mixed feeling, like, give me a second. So normally, when you're thinking of, oh man, I need a second. I need a few minutes. I'm doing 1 inch marks across the length of this. 4 of them. It didn't even mark it, just scratched it. Okay. Man, okay, I'm not gonna do this right now. I will leave the marks, but I have a strange feeling in my heart. So I should actually just wait. Like it makes sense to my head, but my heart feels different. And your heart, it's like the voice of your human spirit, you know? So, let's put this away. See, I feel good. I feel good doing this. Okay. Okay, why? Why? What am I gonna do now? Next. Maybe there's a better option. If you're watching live, feel free to comment and I'll read it. No, but let me see. I think I should just stick with these two straps. Um, yeah. I was also thinking maybe having like a quick access. So the zipper is cool, you know, it's gonna sit on top of the bag, all right? Now the thing is though, getting in and out of it for tools while on top of a roof and it's probably freezing cold or, you know, hot or whatever. Um, Getting in and out of this for little things might not be as easy. So I'm considering actually putting like snaps. So, well, I'm thinking of putting snaps and Chicago screws. So the Chicago screws would lock it down whenever I'm like traveling or basically when I don't want it to be like open with the snaps. But then when I do want to use the snaps, I'll just undo the Chicago screws. I'm kind of thinking of this as I go. I built the zipper kind of tight. Um, yeah, I built it kind of tight. If I did do the snaps, I'm kind of jumping around here, and forgive me, but you know, we'll work our way back to the straps because at some point this whole bag's got to be put together. So if I did the snaps idea, I would probably have an extra piece of leather stitched, and from there it would snap to it. So maybe I could. You okay? Did you have a good time? Yes. Wait, don't come in. Why? I'm recording. They're done with the things yet. I'm trying to figure out something right now. I'm sorry. Why you keep recording? It's just what I do. It's what I do, Jackson. It, okay. Man. Oh, actually, I've been recording for 42 minutes. Is that good enough? I'm just joking. Man, I think I need to take a second. Okay, so if I do the snap method, I'm thinking of reinforcing it here underneath for like that. There's just something about thick leather, you know? When it's doubled up, it's just so nice. Hmm. Hmm. I'm wondering if I make snaps, will I ever use the zipper? Maybe I'm thinking about the wrong thing right now. What if I did the straps on the inside? The only problem with that is then I would have stitches underneath. So I don't really want to pierce this unless it's when I was originally making this bag, I wasn't considering where the handles were gonna go. That's that's usually, I don't know, is that like a normal engineering thing? Or I was sort of just working with what I had, I guess. Um, so I don't want to cover these images. If I do the straps up against them though, oops, sorry about that, people. Yeah. This one's 6.5. Yeah, so I'm not really digging it having that close because the handle strap above is going to be like so close. I definitely think that I need to do 4 straps instead of 2. Um, I'm just not sure why I stopped cutting the other. So the only thing about using that piece, that hide that I had, um, is it's shorter. It would be shorter straps, 2 shorter straps than these. No, no, I'm still recording, Jackson. You check. Wait, no, you can't come in here. You can't be on the film. We have to protect children, Jackson. Okay, everybody, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a nice day.